On this day, December 7, 1941, the world witnessed a moment so shocking, so devastating, that it would forever change the course of human history. What began as a calm, peaceful Sunday morning in Hawaii would soon be remembered as one of the darkest days in American memory. The day the sky over Pearl Harbor turned to fire. Most of the sailors stationed there were just beginning their day. Some attended early church services. Others still slept in their bunks after a night of leisure in Honolulu. On the decks of the battleships anchored neatly in Battleship Row, sailors chatted casually, unaware that the minutes ahead would alter their lives forever. But hundreds of miles to the north, in the deep blue of the Pacific, a Japanese strike force, 6 aircraft carriers, and their escort fleet was already closing in. The attack had been planned for months. Japan sought control of Southeast Asia and feared the power of the U.S. Pacific Fleet. Their leaders believed a swift, crippling strike would keep America from interfering. They were wrong. At precisely 7:55 a.m., the peaceful Hawaiian morning was shattered by the thunderous roar of aircraft engines. Civilians looked up in confusion as dark shapes appeared in the sky. The first wave of 183 Japanese bombers, torpedo planets and fighters, descended with deadly precision. Within seconds, chaos erupted. The battleship USS Arizona, pride of the American fleet, was hit by a massive armor-piercing bomb that plunged deep into her forward magazines. A colossal explosion tore through the ship, sending a fireball hundreds of feet into the air. In an instant, more than 1,000 sailors were killed. Many never saw it coming. Today, the Arizona remains exactly where she sank, a tomb for those who perished, and a solemn reminder of the human cost of war. Across the harbor, the USS Oklahoma was struck repeatedly by torpedoes. She capsized in minutes, trapping hundreds of men inside her hull. Rescue crews worked tirelessly for days, desperately cutting through steel to save those who still pounded from within, but for many, help came too late. Explosions rippled across the base as the first wave completed its assault, leaving behind burning ships, sinking destroyers, and columns of black smoke that blotted out the sun. But Pearl Harbor's nightmare was far from over. At 8:40 a.m., a second wave of 170 aircraft arrived, targeting airfields and fueling stations. Japanese fighters strafed parked American planes on the ground, destroying nearly 200 before they ever left the runway. Hangars burned. Pilots fought back with whatever they could find, pistols, rifles, even rocks, until they could reach a functioning aircraft. A handful managed to take off and engage the enemy, despite the overwhelming odds. The attack lasted just under 2 hours. But the devastation was almost unimaginable. All 8 American battleships were damaged or destroyed. Aircraft hangars lay in ruins. Fuel depots burned uncontrollably. A total of 2,403 Americans were killed. Sailors, soldiers, Marines, and civilians. Another 1,178 were wounded. Many families waited days, some weeks, to learn the fate of their loved ones. As smoke drifted over the waters of Pearl Harbor, the nation found itself stunned. News of the attack raced across the continental United States. Radios interrupted broadcasts. Newspapers pushed out extra editions within minutes. The American people, many of whom had supported staying out of World War II, were suddenly united by shock, grief, and anger. On December 8th, the very next day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed Congress in a massive joint session. His voice, steady yet filled with emotion, echoed through the chamber as he declared December 7th a date which will live in infamy. He described the unprovoked assault, the lives lost, and the treachery of Japan's attack while peace negotiations were still underway. His speech lasted only 7 minutes, but his impact was enormous. Within an hour, Congress voted almost unanimously to declare war on Japan. The United States, a nation that had hesitated to enter the global conflict, had now fully stepped into World War II. Across the world, allies took notice. Enemies reacted. And within days, Germany and Italy declared war on the United States. The conflict that had already consumed Europe and Asia now truly became a global war. The attack on Pearl Harbor awakened what Japanese Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto feared most: the sleeping giant. America's industrial power, once dormant, surged to life. Millions enlisted. Factories shifted to wartime production. The nation mobilized at a scale never seen before. The tragedy of December 7th would ultimately help shape the ending of the war and the future of the world. Today, more than 80 years later, Pearl Harbor remains a place of reflection. Visitors stand in silence above the sunken USS Arizona, watching droplets of oil, known as the tears of the Arizona, rise slowly from the wreck. Beneath them lie the remains of those who gave their lives that morning. Their sacrifice continues to echo across generations. The attack on Pearl Harbor was more than a moment in time. It was a turning point, a reminder of the cost of peace. and a testament to the resilience of a nation that refused to be broken. On this day, we remember them, we honor their courage, and we continue to tell their story so that the world never forgets. December 7th, 1941, the day the sky fell over Pearl Harbor. Follow the timekeeper for more stories from the past.